Today I want to talk about emotional and mental manipulation. Manipulation is, in short, gaslighting and brainwashing, and its purpose is to fulfill the perpetrator's selfish needs and agenda. So it means that the perpetrator wants something from the victim, and therefore they are manipulating the victim. So when you notice that this is going on, that this is happening to you, when you are a sensitive empath, highly sensitive person, earth angel, a God's chosen one, trust your intuition and pay attention to these signs when somebody is trying to do this to you. So one of them is that they can be love bombing you like a typical narcissistic person does. So usually, this happens from a narcissistic man towards an empath woman. That they paint the picture of a beautiful, happy, loving, healthy, romantic relationship with you. And they will start to love bomb you, which means that they are showing lots of loving attention, caring attention to you in different ways. Maybe they buy you things, bring you flowers, for example, chocolate, candy, or buy you things like purses or clothes, things like that. They're spending money on you. They are giving you all the attention and flattery. So they are flattering you like you're the most beautiful woman in the world. You're so amazing and gorgeous. And, they are really amplifying the energies to make you think that they think that you're the most perfect person for them, that you are so amazing and all of that. So they are really love bombing you in that situation, and that is again manipulation. So because gaslighting and manipulation go hand in hand, because basically they are involving each other, because you cannot be gaslighting somebody if you're not manipulating them, and vice versa, because it's always manipulating your thinking and how your brain works, your mental health when they do this, because they are feeding you those lies, feeding that false self to you, that you would believe them. So of course, when you believe them, when you buy into that stuff, then you are being manipulated. Then you are letting yourself be manipulated. So yes, pay attention to this. So they can be, yes, giving you lots of attention, lots of flattery, and giving you material things, for example. And of course, you know how it turns out. Then suddenly the switch goes off for one reason or another, sooner or later, or you find out that they are cheating on you, for example. So this is a very typical story when it comes to a narcissistic man and your relationship with them. So then what is also manipulation is that, when they want things from you, like money, they are being a scam person. For example, this can be a romance scam. Those are apparently very much around these days. That people are scamming money from each other. And of course, usually it happens online. So it means that somehow they reach out to you, they have contact with you, and you have replied to them, and they are pushing you to pay money to them. So do not give them any money. Pay attention to this. if somebody is pushing you to pay for something that you don't want to pay for, of course, it is your job as an adult to protect yourself. Don't give them any money. I see so many women, for example, who have been falling into this romance scam that a man has scammed lots of money from them. And of course, personally, I'm very infuriated. So they are always, when somebody is manipulating you to do something that you don't want to do, that you don't need to do, that is not aligned with you, it's always going to be manipulation. It's always going to be brainwashing. It's always going to make you feel pressured. Like you are pressured, like you owe them something, like you need to do something. So they will do anything that they can to make you give them what they want from you. And of course, this can, for example, involve sex as well. If, for example, you are on a dating app and somebody is forcing and pushing you to have sex with them. And again, of course, it is a boundary violation at that point as well. Because, you know, a manipulator will always act against your values and your boundaries. So the more you notice that your boundaries are being violated, you're being disrespected, you're not heard, you're not authentically listened to, but you feel like you're being pressured into being and doing something that you don't want to do, that is against you and your core values. So again, it's important that you remember what your core values are in that situation, because you have to take responsibility and accountability of yourself in every situation. So again, pay attention to this if it is happening, because that is manipulation and it is wrong. It is lies, it is disrespect. So that person who's doing that to you, they're not being truthful. A manipulator is never truthful. They are toxic. It is unhealthy, negative, low vibrational energy. And you don't need that, and you don't need to be around that, and you don't want to feed into that. So, yes, if there is anyone, doesn't matter where it is, because apparently it is so common these days that whether you are online or offline, you're walking, for example, outside in public, you know, somebody can try to come to sell you something, or you know, whatever. This is so common that it can be anything. Somebody wants to steal something from you, or sexually harass you, or sexually assault you, for example, as a woman. These are so common. So yes, pay attention to this and protect yourself. So anytime somebody is making you feel uncomfortable and uneasy, and clearly they're not respecting you as a person, as a woman, your feelings, your opinions, your boundaries, you know, that is manipulation. They are just after their own agenda, what they want from you. And usually these things are attention, validation, sex, money, your personal power, energy, whatever you have that you can give to somebody, that you can give to a man in a romantic relationship, for example, or if they are a scam person, then, you know, it can be, usually, apparently it is money or sex. And of course, these are, again, common reasons why people kill each other, because, you know, they want money or sex from them. So you don't want to be involved with those kinds of energies, or, you know, those kinds of people in any way, because again, it's not healthy and it is not acceptable. But they will do anything that they can just, you know, get to your brain. So they can really pretend to be so legit and so kind and so caring, for example. or, you know, just saying the right things to you, that you would believe them. But then they don't show to you that they are trustworthy. You know, you end up noticing that this is not legit. Like, from my personal experiences, one time I almost paid a scam person quite a big amount of money, but then my intuition suddenly just warned me just before I was about to pay. My intuition told me that you should not be paying this money. So do pay attention, do listen to your intuition. That is what it is there for, to, you know, to protect you from these kinds of incidents. That's you don't need to be giving your precious energy or anything to something that really is not even honest and is not even aligned with you. I'm so sick of, you know, being so scammed as a sensitive person, because I was always so like easily trusting people. And so of course it only drains you out and only hurts you in the long run. If it keeps on happening, it will really affect your mental health and your physical health and your entire life if you don't uphold your healthy boundaries and you let people walk all over you, and you are a people pleaser and you are buying into this kind of bullshit, you know, because that is really what it is. It is about lies. It's about their false mask who is doing that to you, because, you know, they are, again, very immature and selfish and toxic, and they only want things from you. They don't value you as a person, as a being. They don't care about your sensitivity. They don't care about your trust. They don't care about anything that you authentically are. They don't care about that. All they see is that you are a good person and they just want to use you. So, well, I believe that these kinds of scam people, or, you know, anyone who wants something from anybody, sometimes they will approach just anyone. But of course, at the same time, I wish that they would get caught as soon as possible. The more that they do this, eventually, of course, karma will start to catch up sooner or later. And of course, my wish and my prayer is that, you know, these kinds of people would be prevented, you know, from doing what they do, because, you know, it is just not okay. But yes, pay attention to this, because it is important. They will make you feel pressured. If somebody is just, you know, reaching out to you out of the blue, you know, they will make you feel very, you know, very pressured, very uncomfortable. Of course, there's always a time and a place to help somebody, yes, but again, it has to come from an aligned space, of course. I mean, it has to come from mutual respect and honesty. And even more so, if you're building a healthy relationship, a romantic relationship, you want to base it on honesty and mutual values. You're not going to be basing it on something that is completely fake. I hope this video served you, and I might talk more about this topic, but this is what was coming to me right now. Thank you for supporting my work and subscribing and liking and all of that. Thank you. Much love.